to be perfectly honest, I wished I kept my audio going on a little longer in that last part, because then I would have followed that up with, no more squirrel jokes.
We've learned our lesson.
And all it took was attempted homicide.
Welcome to the scene. She looks so happy herself. Welcome to the scene, everybody. We can only do so much here for now, but
And only a SpongeBob.
yeah, when that happens, that basically is your cue to be like, okay, yeah, only SpongeBob can go bungee jumping, even though Sandy would be all over that. But only SpongeBob is the one foolish, I mean, kind and generous enough to assist.
I mean, to be fair, those bungee jumping points are pretty tough. Like, it would require nothing less than very elastic underpants to make the most out of.
Yeah.
I just clear my mind. Money.
That's a genuine improvement.
Yeah.
It gets there. Otherwise, yeah, we also were talking about Joy. What are your thoughts on the? It is acting, but I would call it impersonations or attempted impersonations more. Your thoughts on the replacements they got for the characters that could not make it for the game?
Namely, Mr. Krabs and Mermaid Man.
Well, Mermaid Man, if it's the same guy who, did him in Employee of the Month and Lights, Camera, Pants, I'm more than fine with him. Mr. Krabs,
I was about to say, it's not the same one from Lights, Camera, Pants, but it is the same one from Employee of the Month.
Oh, I thought that one was in Lights, Camera, Pants.
No, Lights, Camera, Pants is a different actor.
That was Joe Lasky. God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Mr. Krabs, however, not the best impression.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about as good as... I'd say it's about as good as our Mr. Krabs impression.
I mean, all I'm saying is that I would actually, even though it'd be weird because I know you, I would genuinely be okay with hearing your. I'm sorry to the guy because I'm sure they did their job. They got a paycheck. That is all I can ask of someone.
I'm sure he had some fun with it, especially with some of the lines Krabs gets in this game.
True, we will get to hear some of those later, but it's like otherwise, like I kind of would have been okay with hearing James's impression just then a little bit more because when I think of Mr. Krabs, it's supposed to be like bassy and deeper than how we hear it in this.
And the gruff and a more natural gruffness.
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned as we for our Dumb Matters channel, watch as I eventually post a whole hour-long video where you just hear me going all, money, money, money.
so yeah.
It'd be so easy to do, too, because all I would need is just, like, 30 seconds of you doing that, and I'll just loop that
also...
Or, for those that prefer not to hear me go all ASMR, and I just go, money, 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 money.
Okay, so
you first, Hype.
Okay, so a couple of things in order. First off, we glanced at it earlier. They're not supposed to get an official intro until later, but a new robot type that we just passed, the guys that chuck the rockets at you.
I want to say they make their quote debut in what was it?
I want to say
was it in Goo Lagoon or was it in?
No, it's
I
in
believe
this.
it's
It's in this level. It's in downtown Bikini Bomb, but it's during the whole section that like Sandy's going through the rooftops.
Oh right, that was really funny.
Oh, then we will be getting to that part after some more work here. For now, to get the golden spatula and stuff, I want to make sure I destroy every one of these tikis.
Woo!
And yeah, you can actually press the A button at any point in time in your bungee jump to go even further down.
For all the good that this version of the game did do, there were a couple that were unfortunately a little half-baked, and I will unfortunately say the bungee jumping is among them.
Yeah, and
I thought it was a little easier to manage in the original.
Makes sense, and unfortunately, that is... Oh, so we did it, but there is still something we're missing, but we can't do it until we get the bubble missile. But the other thing I was thinking of was... to continue that joke that James started was, for anybody who's still sticking around and is interested in the Dub Matters channel, please stay tuned as James submits his very first song cover of the Wario World Pause theme. Just keeps going. And that'll be our only song cover on that channel.
All
No,
15
we've
minutes
done
of
covers on the channel. Don't
Yeah,
BS.
we've done two.
Well, did we do covers on Dub Matters? I know you guys tend to do covers on your own channels.
Well, yeah, we did
Well,
too.
actually,
One of
yes.
them. Yeah, we did too. One of them was between Logan and Jordan as they did Addict, and then the other one was the one that she, me, Logan, and Matt did of Dominator's song for Mondo Over Yonder.
Yeah, I'm the bad
Gotcha.
guy.
Yeah, I'm the bad guy.
I like
And
that
I know
one.
I know we had an idea for Be a Man, but I forgot if we ever did anything else with that.
Wait, what?
We had an idea to do Be a Man or something like that, where we would be each of the three, like where we would be.
Oh,
freaking,
that
Yao,
song. It wasn't for Be a Man. It was for
It was a
Girl
girl
with
with
Fighting for.
Oh, a girl with fighting for. You're right.
Oh yeah.
Which I still would be on board for that, assuming Logan and Matt are willing to as well.
There we
Whoop, there we go.
So
Oh,
I guess
that
we're
as
going back
well.
to Sandy real quick. Yeah, so
Yes.
for those that didn't already play the original Battle for Bikini Bottom, her primary function is that she can hover using her lasso. Actually, her lasso can do like a whole lot of stuff. It can do the traditional lasso stuff, hover. There will be floating Texas signs that you can also grapple onto, and it's one of those. If you play the original game, there's going to be a little bit of muscle memory you're going to have to work out. But the
launch on this.
Like the launch on this is crazy. It's actually really good.
It's really it's something where like whereas before it felt like I was locked into something. I feel like with that I can actually like use physics to my advantage a bit more.
Honestly, you say that. Like, I feel like I kind of feel the opposite. Like, I kind of do remember liking like the more momentum based like swinging that the original game had, and it looks like it kind of like botched that up in Rehydrated.
To some degree, but again, I just think it's all the better just because I do think the whole being able to just, when you're doing this, you just go straight like that. Like, again, you can get mad air with that, and so, by proxy, you're getting a lot more distance with Sandy.
Oh,
Whereas the original game, it definitely felt a little more, yeah, it was more momentum-based, but not quite as fast as it should have been.
Right. Random thing that I do like about the like just a little teeny like little detail I enjoy is I like that for the most part. Oh, hey, Larry.
Sandy,
There it goes.
boy, am I glad to see you. I need your help. My TV
Oh, while he's doing that,
reception
is
has
that
been terrible lately. need
I
to
like that for the
replace
most
my
part,
old
if you can
antenna
see
with
like
a
the
shiny
skybox
new one.
around the place, they do their best to make sure it's always consistent with where everything is on the world map. Like, for the most part, Jellyfish Fields will always be in the direction that it should be. Goo Lagoon, the Sand Mountains, which, by the way, I love. I ran a thought. I love the color palette change they gave to Sand Mountains, making them far more blue. Little things like that.
They did give it a weird fog, which wasn't in the original, though.
Yeah, I blame that on draw distance.
Well, it's like the original game didn't have draw distance.
All I can do is
Oh.
flex. Wanna see?
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's
We've done
great.
this song and dance before.
It's yours
Now let's
if you
go.
replace it with a new one.
Real nice there, Larry.
It can never work between us.
Okay, Larry.
Well, you see, I'm a land squirrel and you're a lobster. People will talk.
People will talk. People will go to barbecues.
To be
People
fair,
get
there's a-
hungry.
to be-
People get hungry, Larry.
There's that. I was about to say, like, let's be real here. The freaking community tends to ship her with SpongeBob anyway, so it's not that much
Yeah,
different.
that's
Yeah.
true.
Even though I don't know if that will ever. Oh, by the way, a quick thing about Sandy is Sandy does not have any form of a.
Ouch!
Ooh.
Jeez, she gotta give me a warning.
But yeah, it's like outside of like
Sandy does not have a
karate.
ground pound.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's fine.
I am
Yeah.
a man.
Also,
Figure out kind of the point.
technically, the creators cock teased us with Sandy and SpongeBob getting married.
Yeah, and Truth or
What?
Square.
What happened?
Basically, the whole thing was like, because the whole thing of like Truth or Square, it's like they were all stuck somewhere in the Krusty Krab, and they were just like reminiscing about stuff. And at one point, SpongeBob jokingly reminisced about like himself and Sandy getting married. Only it was revealed, it was actually just a play.
But even the priest didn't know that.
Dope.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, there they go.
straight into the gutter.
Ow. One of the things that I am a little bummed about that they dropped from the
Oh.
close.
Jeez.
One of the things I'm a bit bummed that they dropped was a detail that I loved about those missile throwing robots was that they would like play this like airdrop siren like when the target do this like something about that like just increased the intensity of them, but they no longer play that sound effect anymore.
One other thing that they did for I keep doing that? Rehydrated.
Rehydrated, yeah.
You can actually lasso enemies in midair now, which, I mean, physically speaking, should make no sense, but it makes dealing with these pests a lot easier.
Yeah.
Just, I don't mind it.
Me neither.
So I go, whoop, and...
Like, that's just satisfying.
Yeah, just a full-on combo system. I would, quick petition, I would play a Bayonetta game, where Sandy is the one doing the... I don't know.
Alright, don't go giving the community any ideas now.
Yeah, come on,
You
man.
know what I
already-
mean? I would
they
play
already had-
I would play a hack and slash game.
This just in, Platinum confirmed to make the next SpongeBob SquarePants spin-off starring Sandy Cheeks.
I mean, like, you say
Oh,
that, but I feel like the community would eat that up since,
Dig
like,
them
you know...
cheeks. I don't know. I'm tired. It's the 4th video of the day.
You know what
Well,
would be
but
the horrible plot twist to all of that? It's made by the same. It's made by the same division that made the Legend of Korra game and that TMNT Mutants in Manhattan game.
Oh.
Well, I mean, like, that is the... Yeah, because that
Yeah,
was, like,
the platinum
Activision.
titles that most people want to forget about.
Well, Korra special...
Oh, I guess one thing I'm thinking about now that we were looking at the SpongeBob and these about these Nickelodeon games. It's been a while, but like the most recent one I can think of is what were your guys' thoughts on Nicktoons Brawl?
I was what's the word? I was like curious about it, but that's the most I could really say about it. I was never like super duper like I absolutely have to play this right now. Like I was just waiting to see if it really was that good, and it turns out like it's alright.
I am honestly like not as enthused by it. Where it's like, I appreciate the novelty behind like Nick making their own Smash clone, and like you know, like there are some bits that I like. You know, like some of the character choices. Let me emphasize that some I do like, but something about it just feels a little ingenuine, for lack of a better word. Like it feels like it kind of is. Like, it feels like its only priorities are either to cater to, like, the melee crew and to cater to the meme crew and not do much else outside of that.
I see what you're
true.
saying. Yeah, because I do remember that was a thing someone pointed out was that whereas the attacks have oodles upon oodles of noodles and references to other, you know, popular scenes, memes, and everything in between, the versatility and the, you know, actual situational, like, you know, convenience of using those attacks would often not be worth it.
Yeah, it's like their thought process when it came to making movesets.
Real quick, can you guys tell me when you get to 1251?
Oh, sure.
Sure thing. Go ahead, Hype, and I'll just chime in.
Anyway, it's like, it feels like their mentality when it came to making movesets was focusing more so on, like, how can we reference this part of the show, as opposed to how can we make a moveset that actually makes sense for the character.
Right.
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. All good now.
And that,
All right.
now I remember why we started stepping away from video and things like this as well. Because
Yeah.
then when my internet and anyone internet like goes out the window. But
Oh.
anywho.
My video
Okay,
my video wasn't buffering properly, so I had to refresh, and everything's as good as new, just like that fresh pair of underpants.
And it was just funny because yeah, if you're not playing as SpongeBob, everyone still collects SpongeBob's underwear, and they remark on it.
Yeah, no,
They're collecting SpongeBob's underwear.
That is admittedly one of the funnier bits about this game's writing. But going back to Nicktoons Brawl real quick, I mean, that whole issue that I brought up about how they were more so focused on trying to make sure that they could fit as many references as they could with with every character's playstyle, and that was to part of its detriment. And I definitely do agree with that. I also unfortunately think, as much as I do like it, Multiversus suffers a very similar problem.
It has that to a degree. It's just that there's a part of me that feels like Nick All-Stars is a lot more shameless about it.
Which is fair.
And and as we were all discussing, although yes, that patch has helped it tremendously, Multiversus just had a better like quality of life things with like the voices. Like, it felt a lot.
It felt
more
like
polished and-
it felt like a much more quality product right from the get-go.
Love opening presents.
Or at least in air quotes there, considering that it's still technically an open beta as this recording.
Yeah.
It's still in beta considered.
That's
Well,
what I keep-
it's
that's
an
what I- that's
open
what-
beta,
that's-
yeah.
That's the prompt I keep
Wow.
getting every time I start it. Also, for those
This is what season one
wondering, and if
started.
we haven't done any more sessions up to this point, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I actually caved.
Yay! But never for Fall Guys. We ain't doing that right now.
Nah, I don't want to give Epic. I don't want to give Epic
Actually, funny
the
story. My
satisfaction.
niece has Fall Guys
Does she
on
like
her
it?
Switch.
Oh,
I have it
If
too
she
to
had to
try
get it
it
anywhere.
out.
But still.
What'd you say, James?
Now Epic will be eyeing her from here on out.
But jokes aside, like, what does Audrey think of the game?
Oh, she loves it, and she loves Mario Kart.
Aw.
Yeah, she's getting a lot better with it, actually. She's been getting first place in a lot of stuff, actually.
Oh, nice.
Who does she play as?
I think she switches from time to time, but sometimes she plays as Daisy, sometimes she plays as Rosalina.
So all for the ladies.
I am
of
still
course.
curious. I am still curious what I'm still curious when that next racetrack pack is going to come out.
Probably not until the end of the year.
And yeah, as you see here, all we had was just a sort of finale. Not every level's going to have a mini boss. Sometimes there'll be gauntlets. Sometimes there'll be major scenarios. But this game, I will say, does have a decent variety of both end bosses and mini bosses.
Yeah.
Yep. It's one of those things where it's, you know what? Never mind. I was about to go into a different tangent that would probably be better saved for later on, like near
That's
the end
fair.
of this whole playthrough.
Okay. Because between that, it's also I was thinking out loud that like the fun fact about how we're doing this game now. Nice, got all the steering wheels. This level's quest is over.
Hooray!
Is that there's actually a character, a mini boss in this game that was entirely original to this game that has finally made an appearance in the SpongeBob show proper.
Wait,
Oh, yeah?
Michelle?
Yeah, the prawn.
Yeah, he makes
Right.
he makes a silent cameo during I don't know the context, but it's like apparently there's like this meeting of like various villains in the SpongeBob universe. They even had Dennis from the movie in there.
Did they get his actor back for that?
No,
I doubt it. No, I think he was just a silent bouncer type.
no, he talked. It
Because-
was just very clearly a different actor.
Because you have to get what's his face back, and he's like
Alec
an A-list
Baldwin,
actor.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you have to get Alec Baldwin, and last I heard he was still a little bit in some deep trouble, or at least in hot water as of the time of that episode's
What's with that
production.
face?
What was that from?
Oh.
I feel like I should know where that's from.
That's like it was like an episode where he looked really. You know what it is? It's it was at night, and he was like, really? Like it was this bit where like he like it was him like. Oh god, I don't know the episode, but it was definitely when he was like going like he was very excited and like in anticipation.
It might have been the episode where he got his did get his license through illegitimate means. Also, pull your pants up, Patrick.
SpongeBob, you found some.
Yep, I got your socks. At least enough to get a trade in.
Here's your golden back scratcher.
Spatula.
There is something a little lacking. There is something a little lacking in Majesty when he brings up the spatula, but the traditional, like... Basically that whole jingle that plays whenever a golden spatula appears, so that angelic melody just doesn't pop up there, and it's like...
Yeah.
Boy,
Well, to be
it
fair-
kind of makes the sequence a little more empty.
Honestly, it's funny because like in the original, it wasn't even just playing the song. It also like if you look closely, like SpongeBob even went into the get spatula animation as well. Like the game acted like you already touched the spatula instead of it just spawning next to Patrick.
Right.
So it should be noted, I'm playing this on the PC release of the game, and I'm not sure if there are any little things that they had not yet patched out. I mean, you were able to see the version number when I loaded in the main menu, but I don't know. There may have been like a few little glitches here.
Probably
and
goes
there
without saying, ladies and gentlemen, if you had to get this game now, definitely get it on PC, because most other console versions do I don't know if they still do, but some of them do have a few noticeable glitches and whatnot. And and honest to God, I was that dumb schmuck that decided to get the game on Switch. Don't get it on Switch.
Oh no, what happened on Switch?
Well, for one thing, they did the cardinal sin of placing the jump button and the attack button on separate ends of the face buttons.
Yeah.
What? Why wouldn't they just do bottom button, left button?
That's what I was hoping. Here's how they do it. You jump with the A button.
Yes.
You attack
on
with the
right.
Y button. You do the bubble slam move with the B button, and so on.
Oh, that's weird.
SpongeBob,
I mean, naturally speaking, the game could only the Switch could only do so much with this game's whole like high fidelity production values.
Yeah, honestly, it does make me a bit concerned because isn't Cosmic Shake also going to be on the Switch?
Yes.
Well, hopefully, we'll see if that is maybe they'll listen and allow you to do button remapping.
That'd be nice. Honestly, I'm surprised they didn't have the option with the initial release.
Yeah, no, because I want to say that is an option in the PC settings, or maybe I'm
well, to be fair, name me a PC game, like a PC game on Steam or whatever that doesn't have button mapping. Like that should just be a golden standard for these third-party ports or whatever.
Yeah, right. It's just a nice handy thing. Okay, Larry.
I mean, what do you earn from getting rid of it in the first place?
Nothing.
Nice.
Okay, welcome to Cool Lagoon, the final level of the first tier of SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Bagwell clams.
Get ready for So get ready for a few new enemy types and some of the more advanced platforming that they're gonna start throwing at you, knowing that SpongeBob and Patrick cannot swim in the goo. But like right now, like if you look over there to the left, back when I was like over there is Sand Mountain, because that is actually where it is, like with relation to everything else. You can see the chum bucket behind me. You can still see SpongeBob and Patrick South. Like it's little continuity things like that where you can look out at the world and see like there was downtown, there was Jellyfish Fields. I love when that can happen.
Man, I was really hoping to make that chum bucket mega bucket.
I knew I should have gotten the turbo.
But then I had to get mentally tortured with happiness and kindness.
You see, I'm a bit of a... You see, SpongeBob, I'm what you might call a masochist.
And also
would he be considered a masochist?
Well, he hates happiness.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, yeah, when you put it that way, that
sounds
makes
more like
sense.
I think that's if he hates happiness, I think that's he may be more of a nihilist.
Or sadist.
I I consider him more of a sadist than anything else.
Yeah, I can see that. I have a package that just arrived at my door. I'll be right back. But you guys, talk to Jordy about celery.
All right.
Why are you putting me under the spotlight?
And
Well, kitty cat, while you're still here, why don't you try one of my complimentary chum sticks?
No, thank you.
You sure?
Oh, come on, they're fresh.
They're made with real chum.
No, thank you. I may be adventurous, but I am not going to try chum.
Don't you want to make the little chum puppy happy? You can see him. You can see him right now in the upcoming Splatoon 3 as of this recording.
How wonderful.
You know, I bet...
You wouldn't want to make this face sad, would you? And I hope Logan actually posts a picture of the thing to prove my point.
You know, I bet those stupid inklings like chum.
Actually, no. They're actually paid to kill the chum menace.
The chum menace.
Right. Well, actually, no. They're not chum. They're salmon. What am I saying? Never mind.
Well, now that's just racist.
I mean, do ink like chum? Do squid like chum?
I don't know. You ask me. Oh, you know what? Right on time. That's the end of the part. So, we'll see you all next time in our next exciting episode of Plankton Takes Over the Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated.
Somebody help me.
I am helping you. Helping you eat some delicious chum!